Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your man, Kevin Gray of 97.1 The Freak, your Mavericks pre- and post-game host on the Dallas Mavericks Radio Network. Appreciate you joining me here on my YouTube channel at Kevin Gray Sports. Talking a little Cowboys with you as the Cowboys get ready to take on the Washington Commanders with an opportunity to clinch the number 2 seed and host potentially at least 2 playoff games at AT&T Stadium. You can find me on Twitter at Kevin Gray Sports, and you can also download and subscribe to my podcast, the Gray Area Podcast, wherever you get podcasts for free on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get said podcast for free. And also my Inside the Mavs podcast with episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, the official Mavericks podcast of 97.1 The Freak. The Cowboys are officially looking to punch their ticket to an NFC East championship by beating the Washington Commanders in our nation's capital on Sunday. If they do, they will clinch the number 2 seed and will be able to host the wild card round game. And if they move on from there, the divisional round game as well, as they look to get to the NFC championship game for the first time in nearly 3 decades. A team that has only won 3 games on the road so far this season will need to do what they have to do in Washington and put the final nail in the Ron Rivera coffin as far as his head coaching job is concerned. In Washington, reports are that he will be fired on Monday as Josh Harris and that new ownership group in Washington look to move forward with a new head coach. Ron Rivera looks like he's going to be out, which means the Cowboys may be dealing with a Washington team that will be motivated to try and get Ron Rivera a win on his way out the door. Last year, the Cowboys went to Washington during the final week of the regular season and got punked around by this Washington Commander team led by Sam Howell. They'll be missing a lot of guys on Sunday and should handle business. And for this team, they know exactly what's in front of them. I had a chance to sit down with Stephon Gilmore to talk to him about what this team means, not only for him, but also what this team has in front of it to be able to capitalize on a situation that doesn't come all that often. And even Stephon Gilmore knows, especially for him at this stage in his career, opportunities like this are few and far between. Knowing how good this team is, what it's potentially capable of, and the opportunity to handle business against Washington. And if that is the case and they punch their ticket to the NFC East championship, number one, they deny Philadelphia an NFC East title, but also keep this ridiculous streak alive where we haven't had a division winner 2 years in a row in like forever in the NFC East. But aside from all that, this is about Dallas. This is about a golden opportunity to pave your way possibly to Las Vegas and to do so at home and maybe for all 3 playoff games, depending on what happens with the San Francisco 49ers. All that remains to be seen. But what is the focus now is handling your business and continuing to formulate that championship DNA that I talked to Stephon Gilmore about. Here is my conversation with the former NFL Defensive Player of the Year on championship DNA, what this team has in front of it, and where he was at this point a year ago and how things have drastically changed for him. Take a listen.
Obviously, for you, I want to start with this one because you've won a championship and understand what it takes to get there.
Yeah.
What have you communicated to this team about this time of the year specifically and what it takes to take that next step to get to a championship?
I just think just being in the moment right now and just, focusing on Washington this week and just trying to, put all into this because it's a very important game. We know it's at stake. And, this time of the season, everybody got bumps and bruises.
Sure.
You just got to sacrifice and give it all you got because these moments don't come too often. It's not easy to be in this position, so you got to take advantage of it.
And for you specifically, is there a specific switch that gets flipped knowing what time of the year is coming, or is that switch already on for this team knowing what is in front of them right now?
Yeah, I think the switch is on. Like I said before, we know it's at stake, and, we just go keep doing what we've been doing, trusting our process and, playing fast and physical and just trusting each other and believing everybody going to do the same.
What does championship DNA look like? And do you believe this team has the capability and the potential to reach what that looks like and feels like?
I just think the good thing about this game is you got to prove it, each week, and you got a big opportunity this week to do that, and after that to do it also. So I think the championship DNA is just knowing what's at stake and proving it. So, and that's why you play the game. Yeah.
What is that characteristic? Is there a specific characteristic or two that you remember from your championship team that you say, look, I know when I see it, and this team has that?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, we have the team.
Yeah.
We just got to go out there and let it fly. And, play fast, play smart. And, but then we have the team to do it. But at the end of the day, it could be games that you got to dig deep.
Yeah.
And they got a big opportunity this week to dig deep, take and handle business.
How do you make sure that you don't relent, knowing what's in front of you, but also knowing, look, we got a business to take care of this week, and now we have a chance to do something special going forward?
Because we know what this game can do for us, and we know they got a good football team, they got good receivers, good running backs, so we're just looking forward to it, and we got to give it our all. So it's gonna be fun.
Last couple for you. For someone who's on the outside looking in, describe to them what this type of year feels like, what the feeling is going into the playoffs, and what this means going into the rest of the season.
I just think we just ready for the moment. Like I said, we got a big moment this week, and we ready for the moment. We just ready. It starts this week, and that's where it starts at.
Last one. A year ago this time, what were you thinking? What were you feeling? And then fast forward to now, about what that difference is between last year and now this year.
Yeah, just wasn't on the playoffs, going to the playoffs last year, so totally different mindset. I'm just looking forward to it. Like I said, I take advantage of these moments because it's so hard to get here, so hard to be, playing Washington and playing them for a reason. And it's fun because it's been a minute.
Yeah.
So
you feel like you're back where you belong.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
for sure.
So that's the reason why I came here.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
So appreciate Stephon Gilmore for hanging out with me for a few minutes here, and hopefully you got a better sense of what he and this team has in front of it, and specifically for him, a guy who's had a really, really good season for this Cowboys team on this defense, where we know that things could be changing quite a bit over the next several weeks. And that is why this opportunity is so huge. Not just because of the playoff aspirations that the Cowboys have in front of them, but what this team could look like going into 2024 and beyond. Team that has to pay Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and Micah Parsons, all of whom are going to get monster contracts this offseason. CeeDee Lamb and Micah Parsons are going to be all pros this year. Micah Parsons may be the defensive player of the year, and Dak Prescott's had a career year and a renaissance as a quarterback under Mike McCarthy, and the position that he's put himself in to earn yet another massive payday. So the Cowboys have got a lot of checks to cash this upcoming offseason, which may mean this roster looks a little bit different, whether or not Tony Pollard is back with this team, Michael Gallup, if he's back with this team or not. The time is now, John Cena, to seize the opportunity to possibly win a championship, because this team, whether it be coaching-wise, personnel-wise, or otherwise, period, is going to look very different in 2024. No better time than the present to handle your business right now. Again, appreciate Stephon Gilmore, Cowboys cornerback, for hanging out with me for a little bit as we get you ready for the Cowboys taking on the Commanders and the NFC playoffs. Again, you can find me on Twitter at Kevin Gray Sports. Be sure to download and subscribe to the Gray Area Podcast, where you get new episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And make sure you give the podcast a 5-star rating and write a review for it while you're there. And check me out on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Kevin Gray Sports. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe to Kevin Gray Sports here on YouTube. Until next time, we'll talk to you later. Peace.